I had the honor of sitting with Shira Gvili, the sister of Ran Gvili, Hashem Yikom Tamo, last week. In the time that I was editing this podcast, thank God, Ran Gvili's body was returned to Israel. Nonetheless, I want to share this episode with Shira Gvili. She talks about her brother and the fight to bring him back. My condolences are with the entire Gvili family, Itzik, Talik, Omri, and of course, Shira.
How did I struggle after the October 7? I think it was so difficult at the first day and after. I mean, it's not get more easy, but I need you start thinking about how great is Rani is and how I need to be great for him to bring him home. We got so terrified about this situation because we don't know how to get.
Right, you'd be sitting Shiva, potentially, like, if he had come back before, right?
My uncle, Dod Amos, Zichrono Livracha, passed away, 1 month before the wedding. And we're just living the painful, how do you say it? So in that moment, I realized that Rani will come back home. And then when he come back home, I was happy because he was saved for me for my grave. I mean, that's why we are thinking Rani is alive, because we don't know nothing about us dead.
Shira Gvili, you are the younger sister of Ran Gvili, the last remaining hostage in Gaza. We're sitting here talking in Bal Harbor in January of 2026. Before we get to Ronnie, and what happened on October 7th, how are you doing now over 800 days since October 7th?
Wow. Hi. First of all, thank you for having me, Daniel. How did I struggle after the October 7? I think it was so difficult at the first day and after. I mean, it's not get more easy, but I need you start thinking about how great is Rani is and how I need to be great for him to bring him home.
Did you ever anticipate or think that there's a chance that Ronnie would be the last one left? Like that? Never in a million years. Right?
Yeah. I mean, after my big brother Omri get married, I mean, that's the point that I said, okay, Rani will be the last one. Because if they want them to bring him home now, so they should bring him before the wedding to be paying us.
To make you guys suffer more, right?
To make us
and
suffer.
for those in the audience who don't know, I happen to have FaceTimed your mother and father on the morning of Omri's wedding, but Omri got married after the final hostage deal. So the living hostages had come home, and it was anticipation
3 days before.
So it was anticipation that the deceased hostages would come home, and people weren't sure who's coming home. Remember, they said they're looking for bodies and everything. And I remember speaking to your father saying, Ronnie could come back in a couple hours before the wedding. We have no idea.
We got so terrified about this situation because we don't know how to get.
Right, you'd be sitting Shiva, potentially, like, if he had come back before, right?
My uncle, Dod Amos, Zichrono Livracha, passed away, 1 month before the wedding. And we're just living the painful, how do you say it? Like,
there's one painful thing to the next painful thing, and you're trying to say, like, when is this nightmare going to be over? But you have I thought it was unbelievable speaking to your father Itzik and Talik, speaking to them on the morning of Omri's wedding, and they really were joyous for him. But there's a lot of emotions to carry at once.
Yeah, it was very difficult to be fully happy in these days. I'm so proud of my brother that got married, of Omri, that he got married with Sharon, and finally they got their day, their wedding day. And after that, you remember there's one more left, and he was so missing in this event, in this wedding. I mean, the painful was there, but also I was so happy for my brother and my sister-in-law, Sharon.
So I want to talk now a little bit about Ronnie, just for those who don't know his story as much, I think it's also worth noting that there were certain hostages that got a lot of attention. Their picture was everywhere. They were on the billboards, and Ronnie was not one of those that had the major billboards everywhere.
Yeah.
When I think of it, I think of the Bebos children. I think of Noah Argamani for very justified reasons. But it's almost like the public never really got to meet Ronnie in the heart of all of the hostage movement, I would say. So for those who are unfamiliar with Ronnie's story, was Ronnie?
Okay, at first, after the October 7, the police told us not to talk about Rani because he's a police officer.
Okay.
And it's dangerous for him to be in captivity and tell the story to all the world. If the Hamas terrorists know that Ran killed Hamas terrorists, it could be very dangerous for him. So we need to shut up.
Right.
That's why you didn't hear Ran's story after the October 7. After that they told us that Ran is not been alive, we notice that no one know him. A lot of people know him, but he needs to be more popular. I mean, I said popular like not.
No, you're saying that publicized, because I remember our friend Joseph, shout out to Hayaladim Shalanu and Joseph Wax, and
amazing man,
right,
amazing person.
And I met Itzik, your father, with Joseph. And I remember the first time I met Itzik, I was a little bit confused about the story, even because I had known a lot of the hostage stories, but I didn't really know Ronnie's story, and that's because he was a police officer.
Yeah.
So he already had a broken shoulder on the morning of October 7th, and he still decided to run out. That's pretty crazy.
I mean,
it's amazing. It's crazy.
I think there's not a lot of people that should do it, that will do the things that Ran did.
Right.
And that's what makes him special, because he didn't think about himself. He think about the
country.
The country, yeah. He think about Am Israel.
Did you talk to him that morning?
Yeah. We just went home after a party. When we got to the
you were ready to fall asleep, you told me before.
Yeah. We just got to sleep, and then my mom waking up. Okay.
She woke you up?
She woke us up, and she told us a shelter. We need to go to the shelter,
right?
Because there's a bomb. How do you say it?
There's a red alert. So there's a missile coming.
So we went to the shelter, and then my older brother Omri, the shelter was his room. So we got into his bed, and me and Rani, and then we fell asleep again. And then Ran noticed that he has a lot of messages in his phone that calls everyone to the unit. You must to go to the unit. You must to go to the unit. And he didn't see his name. And then he decided that he knows that something big is gonna happen. And then he decided to get on his uniform and go out. And then I remember
and this is with a broken shoulder.
Yeah.
And they hadn't called him in because of that, right?
Yeah.
How did he break a shoulder?
I'm sorry, but he broke his shoulder because he was stupid. I mean,
okay, fine.
He was riding on a motorcycle, KTM, and the day 2 weeks before the October 7, he went with friends to the forest with the KTM. And he was like, go up the boulder.
Okay, so he went up pretty high and fell. Okay.
Yeah, and he fell. Okay.
So he had like a separated shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no one is calling him at October 7 because everyone knows that he was with a broken shoulder. Okay, and then he went to the unit after.
And just for normal people, it's like it's hard to go to the bathroom with a broken shoulder, or hard to put on your shirt, let alone go fight a terrorist, let alone 1,000 terrorists.
Yeah.
It's superhuman.
But Ran said he must go because this is the dream of his life. I mean, this is what he prefer all the time, all the.
He got ready for the moment that the Palestinian Arab army would come to try to kill Jews, and he wanted to stop them.
I'm not sure about that, but I think it's just the dream of him, of Rani, is to become a hero. I mean, this is what he wished for. And after that, he was go to the unit and he said hello to everyone. God is like, how to say?
He put his uniform on, got his equipment.
Equipment.
You're Israeli. It's okay. I don't have to be
Yeah.
able to say it.
I'm sorry. And then he go to the to the Nova Festival area, and at the road, he noticed that his friends,
Okay.
there wasn't a fight,
Right. Okay.
firefight with terrorists.
Okay.
And Ran said, I must go save them. I mean, they cannot fight alone. But Ran was alone. And Ran is driving with unknownest man. Okay, he named Guy Madar, and together they going to their friend area, and then they got with the terrorists.
They were facing the terrorists head to head.
They facing terrorists, yes, and then Rani's got shot in his leg, and Guy in his other leg, and Ran went right, and Guy went left, and then they split, and then Ran is kidnapped for Gaza. At that time, that Ran is hiding for the terrorists. He had the time to call my brother Omri and tell him that above him there's a terrorist and he will talk with him later, and he got shot on his leg, and he got picture of himself that saw the gunshot.
Gunshot wound. Okay.
Okay. And then Ran is kidnapped for Gaza in 10:55 at the morning.
What was the last thing you said to Ronnie before he left?
I don't remember. I think I said him like I remember how I was sick, and I asked him to bring me a pill from my room because he went out upstairs. Ridiculous, but yeah.
No, it's normal life.
Yeah,
You're not
it's normal
expecting
life,
it to
yeah.
be what it was.
Yeah, so I asked him to bring me a pill from upstairs, and he did it. He gave it to me.
When did you realize that something was wrong
Mm.
with Ronnie specifically?
I think I realized that something wrong happened after that some random girl called my mom at October 7 morning, early in the morning, and she said that Ran is got shot. And we are not understand what happened because we thought that Ran is at the unit in Beersheba, and he's just there. And then we are realized that Rani was in Alumim, in Kibbutz Alumim. And when we call him to understand what happened, he doesn't answer. And then I know something bad happened because no one can get Rani. This is the time.
He was invincible.
Yeah, he was invincible. No one saw him. And he was kidnapped by the time that the woman called my mom.
Has anybody seen him since? I know there's that picture of him, but did anyone who was in Gaza see him?
There's a picture of him ride on a motorcycle. I mean, how does it lay down?
He's lying on the back. It's very graphic, right?
Lying on the back on a motorcycle next to Shifa Hospital with a terrorist of jihad terrorist is driving. And I think this is the last image of Rani in Gaza, and no one saw him until today.
No security footage.
No, nothing. Even the thing that the people know about him got wrong because it's not true. It's not Ran.
What's that like when other hostage families were getting a sign of life or getting a picture or getting a photo or saying, after the first hostage deal when the women and children came out and they said, oh, well, we were in the tunnel with this person.
Yeah.
What was that like as a family when you didn't get that confirmation?
I think we are so grateful of every knowledge of other hostages. I mean, is they are like my sister and brothers. I mean, my father look at Segev Khalfon, for example. He looked at him and he said, "This is my son." I mean, we are one big family. So we were so grateful about every message that the other families getting, but
At the same time,
at the
right?
same time, we were painful because we want also. I mean, we got jealous, and jealous is not a good, simple, a good what? A good,
It's not. It's not a good. Uh, it's not a good emotion to
yeah,
have
I
because,
think.
right? Because especially in something like that, it's not. It's not
Mhm.
like you're rooting against someone else. God forbid.
Yeah.
I'll never forget watching uh, when Noah Argamani and Andre and
Mhm.
others were Shlomi Ziv were saved
Mhm.
by Imam,
In
and
מבצע ארנון.
right, and you're saying
ארנון
Zamora, right?
זמורה.
And you're sitting there, and I remember when the news started breaking here in America, there was a few hostage families I was closer with,
Yeah.
and none of them were included in that rescue. And
Yeah.
you feel really happy for everyone that was rescued, and you also feel. I'm sure that hostage families felt disappointment that they didn't that
Yeah.
Ronnie wasn't there or that someone
Yeah.
else was there, right?
Yeah. I mean, every family wants her son to come home. I mean,
Right.
it's like pure feelings that you're going through. I mean,
So everyone comes out, all of the other bodies come out, and then your family is the family of the last remaining hostage. And
wow.
what's that like interacting with President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu? These are not people that you normally would interact with on October 6th, 2023. So what's that experience been
Yeah.
like?
Wow. I think this is the only thing that I'm thinking about after the last um deal. I mean, when everyone is come back, I just thinking to myself, what happened if we will be the last one? And it's happened. And now we are the last one. And now all my life is like to be working full-time job of my brother. I mean, 1 month later, 1 month
Ago?
before ago, I was with two other families. And like if you take 4 months ago, I was be with 48 families. I mean, I wasn't alone. I mean, all the jobs and all the projects that I've been doing now was splitting for like 300 people. I mean,
Right.
everyone got interviews and everyone want them back and it was so important to everyone. And now I need to save the fire of this situation because if it's not me, it's not anyone else. I mean, if it's not us to save the knowledge that Rani is still there, I mean, we will do nothing. I mean, Rani will be there all life. All the life. How do I say?
Now, I know this might be sensitive, and if you can't answer it, I'd be happy to edit out, but do you get nervous about like a Ron Arad situation?
Yeah, yeah. I always thinking about myself in these questions. I mean, if you talking about Ron Arad, I mean, it's a very difficult situation. And then I think I can't stand it like 2.5 years. How dare his family stand it like too many years?
Until now.
So until now, I mean, it's insane. I mean, now I get it, and I wanna say sorry to them because I know now what they're feeling, you know, and it's terrifying because I look at my mom's face and I look at someone that is so tired and she wanted close this deal. I mean, she wants Rani back home, no matter how we came home. I mean, I think this is the most important thing for us because we need to move on. Not to forget Rani, but we need to stop fighting. This is the most difficult thing. I mean, we hate to begging for people. I don't want to like fighting with you. I love you and I love everyone. Why do I need to yell every day to bring my brother home? Why do I need to be angry because you don't know who is running?
Are you talking about Israeli politicians? Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Israeli politician. I'm talking about who make the decision in the country. I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to be angry. I mean, the anger and fear and anxious bring so many um disease. I mean,
Have you spoken to Hadar Golden's family at all?
my mom.
Mom, okay.
Yeah,
They're wonderful people.
wonderful people.
And I can't imagine
Yeah.
what they had, and that was
Yeah, so strong people,
Yeah.
so strong families. I mean, also Oron Shaul
right, of course,
families.
right.
Yeah, I mean, so strong people. Have you talked with them?
I have actually.
Yeah.
I actually called Leah Golden 2024. I was
Okay.
trying to get some advice on different things in the government, and then I met his brother Tsur here
Yeah, he
last month. He lives in he lives in the US. I met him last month.
Yeah.
Amazing person. And I actually said to him, I said, I don't even know what to say other than I'm really happy that you have that closure. And I can't imagine what it's like on a public stage. Is it very hard for you now that if people they see you and perhaps they immediately start talking about Ronnie, or they're trying, like they know all of your movements, or they know that you were just with the president and they were just with the prime minister. Is it hard for you that your life is not really private?
Oh, my life. I think
Your family life. No, yours. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I don't think I want to be famous. I mean, this is not my passion. My passion is to be a psychologist even.
Right.
But if it's for Rani, I would do everything. I don't mind. I mean,
You'll even speak on an English podcast.
Yeah, I'm even speaking on English podcast, and I don't know if my English is okay.
Your English is fantastic.
Oh, thank you. But when I speak to the TV channels and the journalists and the podcast and this kind of stuff, the only thing that I'm thinking of is Ran. It's that we need to bring him home. I mean, I don't think about how I look every day, and I supposed to be like more glamour because I need to look good at the camera. No, this is not my point. My point is to say that Rani need to come back home. I mean, he's a hero that saved so many people's lives.
But let me say this: even if he didn't save so many people's lives, even if he was in his bed sleeping and they took him, he still deserves to have a proper burial. So,
but this is Ran, and he saved so many people's lives.
What do you want the Jewish world to do? What more can people do to support what your family is trying to ensure happens? How do people, whether you have a podcast or whether you're on Instagram or whether you go to Beit Knesset, a show, like what should people do?
Don't forget us. Don't forget us. Continue with the pressure to all the people who needs to know that Rani is still there. I mean, we are Am Israel. We are the Jewish people. I mean, believe it or not, but we are so strong. Okay, if you want it, if you don't want it, that's why we are here now. We are so strong and we have so many power in the whole world. I mean, not only in Israel. And that's why I need your help. I need the Am Israel help. I mean, all these people, everyone is close to someone who knows someone. I mean, this is why I'm here today. And when Rani back, believe me, I'm going to be hiding and live my life. I'm not asking for anything
You can
else.
come vacation in Miami and just have a vacation.
Vacation, okay. If you're having me, if your family having me, okay.
I want to ask you another thing before we close here. What's your relationship like with God? What's your
Wow.
relationship, like faith, after October 7th?
You know, I have an interesting story about my relationship with God after the October 7 and before the October 7. Before the October 7, I think my religion, I wasn't so religious. I mean, I was doing with my family every shishi, I was doing kiddush and chagim and all this, but I didn't open Tehillim book. Never. I mean, I was so embarrassed to read the words in the book. You know, I was never think that I was needs to, you know, because I was Jew. I'm Jewish. So why do I need to read a book? I mean, I already blessing, you know?
You're very Israeli.
Yeah, very Israeli. Yeah. And then after the October 7, um, I was sitting in my house crying all the time. All the time. What my heart is like break. Yeah? Right.
Broken. Right.
Broken. Yeah, my heart was broken. And then I have some friend that called me and said, Shira, light up a candle, open every book that you see in your house, open in page 46, and then you will see what's happened with Ran. You know what's happened. We don't know nothing. We know nothing about Ran. Where he is, if he's in Gaza, if he was dying, I don't know nothing. If he's in the hospital, I mean, the first week of the October 7th. And then I open it, but I decide to open Tehillim book. And when I open it, I look at it, page 46, and I see Pasuk Lamed Bet, page Lamed Bet. Okay, and if you have a Tehillim book here, I can show you what it means. You have?
Well, I can. Now we have smartphones. I can.
Okay, open the smartphones. And you see the first time that God is talk with me in this situation.
There.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say all the pasuk,
Okay.
but if you look at the Safe Zain, how do you say it? Like
The sentence.
sentence.
Okay.
אוקיי? אתה, סתר לי, מצער תצרני, רני פלט תסובבני סלע. אז כי לך ואורך בדרך זאת תלך, יצא עליך העיניים. אל תהיו כסוס כפרת, אין אבין במתג ורסן, הדיו לבלום בל קרוב אליך. Which means, you can explain it, because אתה סתר לי, you are hiding from me.
You're a shelter for me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
From an adversary, you guard me with songs of deliverance. You encompass me forever. I will enlighten you and instruct you which way to go. I will wink my eye to you. Be not like a horse, like a mule that does not discern, whose mouth must be held with bit and brittle, so that when he is groomed, he does not come near you. Many of the pains of the wicked, but as for him who trusts in the Lord, kindness will encompass him.
So in that moment, I realized that Rani will come back home. And then when he come back home, I was happy because he would save it for me for my grave. I mean, that's why we are thinking Rani is alive, because we don't know nothing about his death. So we're still with hope. And I was,
That has to be very hard when
Yeah.
the state tells you that they think he's dead, but
Yeah.
you're not. You haven't seen it. You have no
Yeah.
picture. You have no evidence.
Even them, they didn't stick.
It's unthinkable.
Yeah, totally.
But your strength is extremely inspiring for everyone. Your
Mhm.
whole family's strength is incredible.
Yeah.
Ronnie's bravery and heroism is incredible. And
Mhm.
God should bless you guys that you'd be
Thank
reunited with Ronnie very soon, whether it's here or with the coming of Mashiach very speedily. And you should have no more pain and suffering trying to long
Thank
for your
you.
brother. So
Amen.
please, God, he's home soon.
Amen.